Welcome to another episode of Life and Whiskey. As always, I'm Jordan, and today we're going to look at an Ardbeg product. This is Ardbeg Ardcore, and unfortunately, you know how every now and again in life, you just get taken by surprise in a bad way, and you end up doing something, and you end up regretting a little bit. This might be one of them for me. I've had a little bit of this already. So this is the Ardbeg Ardcore, and it's all kind of goofy and light blue and it's punctured, taste buds punctured, blah blah blah. This is all it's supposed to be a tribute to the punk rock uh era of and love by the people who work at Ardbeg that apparently were punk rockers back in the day, some kind of crap like that. um I don't know. um It's I'm gonna read this because I don't think I'm gonna find any of this stuff. By including black malted barley, Ardcore is a first for Ardbeg and probably whiskey. Aromas of dark chocolate and brittle toffee clash, while amped up notes of aniseed and charcoal elbow their way to the forefront. It'll puncture your palate and trash your taste buds. This is Ardcore. Um, okay, sure. We'll go with that. Um, right off the bat, I know this is not as good as most of the Ardbegs that I've had. Was definitely a little bit disappointed in it, but we'll get into that a little bit more. Picked this up. This is the part that I'm most sad about. This is the most expensive bottle I think I have in my collection at this point. Paid $176.95 in Billings, Montana. My wife picked this up. I've seen it for as much as $340. Oh my God, I hope you never pay that for this. Um, I know I'm running it down from the beginning. It's not terrible by any stretch of the imagination. It's still a nice Ardbeg. It's just not anywhere near as good as some of the other releases that you can get for $50 or $60. And um, it's just not as nice as a lot of just regular Ardbegs. There's so many better options out there. So we'll get into this. For starters, it is coming in at 46% ABV, so 92 proof. Again, minimum for it to not be chill filtered. And also, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I want to say about this, but forget it. Let's just dive into this. As everybody knows, if you watch this channel, I am a big Islay fan. I'm a big Ardbeg fan. Um, Number one, look at the color on this. You can practically, this looks like a Riesling. Like you could basically see through this. This is water with a little bit of color on it. It's probably not very old at all. I'm guessing this is under 10 years. It's not age stated from what I can find. The nose is lovely. You get a bit of a little bit of sweet, like a little light sweet honey mixed with a nice light smoke. You can get a little bit of chocolate malt out of there on the nose if you want. The smoke is just a nice light accent in the background. Not like this hefty, peaty smokiness that Ardbeg's known for. Not in the nose, anyways. Just everything in the nose is just light. Kind of like the color here. Now, I will say, doing this this video, immediately following the Old Forester 1920 review, where I had two different Old Forester 1920s. Those were sitting at 115 proof, so the proof is probably going to impact how I perceive this a little bit, along with the sweeter notes of those bourbons are going to kind of linger. I did do a mouth rinse. I'll do it again just to try and get some of that out of my mouth. Now, by taking a drink of water like that, now I have water in my mouth, which is going to water this down even more. But get a little bit of nice seaside brine in there. But mostly light smoke, light sweetness, light honey. Let's go in for a taste. Now the taste, that smoke is dense and heavy, wood smoke. Do get a little bit of that chocolate malt they were talking about. This is actually drinking a lot better than what it did the first couple of times I tried it. A little more sweetness up front. Almost get like a graham cracker that moves into this chocolate maltiness to this nice, hefty wood smoke. The salty brininess is gone that was in the nose. Okay. There you go. I am eating my crow now because that's drinking way better than it was before. I don't know if it's coming off the heels of a bourbon, if it's coming off the heels of a higher proof whiskey, if it's the fact that I have water. But it's way more pleasant than it was. Still not anywhere near as pleasant as a lot of bottles that I can get for a third of the price. But it is good. And that chocolate maltiness, again, I almost never read the tasting notes because I hate that power of suggestion. But it might be there because that is one of the dominating notes I'm getting. I'm going to go back in for another sip and see if I can talk myself through the flavor profile a little bit quicker here. Smoke front, wood smoke, not overbearing but strong. A little bit of this tannic bitterness moves into that chocolate maltiness. And that's kind of where it ends, right? Like that's the end of the flavor profile. It finishes with that chocolatey maltiness, like a malted milk ball kind of, or a milk chocolate shake, mixed with some smoke. There's some ashiness in there, some charcoal, but there's no peatiness, none of that earthiness. The smoke presents as wood smoke, not as peat smoke. It is good though. Okay, man, making me look like a fool right here on my own camera. I could edit it out, but of course I don't do that. So better than I expected. I would say if you can find this for 70, 80, 70 or $80, okay, now you're talking. Don't pay what I paid for it. It's not worth that, but it is a pretty good whiskey. It's better than I was giving it credit for in the beginning. The nose is not changing, but it's really tamping down. So it was really light in the glass to start with. Now, I almost don't smell anything. A little bit of seaside brine, or maybe not brine, because it doesn't have that salty aspect. It's like being next to the ocean if you remove the salt and how the air smells. But I mean, it's really faint and fading. There's not much coming out of the glass in the nose. Last sip. Yeah, it's just that sip was all sweet. So that was like chocolate milk, and then it moved into just the lightest and slightest smoke coupled with chocolate, um, milk chocolate. So as far as complexity goes, not the most complex Ardbeg. I'm really only hitting on like two notes in the flavor profile, maybe three. You do get some of that ashiness, a little bit of charcoal, um, but it's mostly a chocolate presenting in one fashion or another, whether that be malted milk ball, milk chocolate, or even there was just like Hershey milk chocolate kind of chocolate in there, kind of hitting at different points. And then smoke presenting in one fashion or another. Um, it's not overly sweet. It's not overly smoky. That first sip had a lot of smoke going on with it up front, and then it quickly moved into sweetness. And then subsequent sips, it got more sweet. Um, Nice whiskey. Just don't pay 180 bucks for it. It's not worth that, but it is good. It's not as bad as I was crapping on it in the beginning. I am liking this more than I remembered liking it, but I think you can do better. Um, there you go. I don't have a whole lot to say about it. And next, we're going to move into this Ardbeg Ardcore, which is kind of the last of the main releases that I was looking for. So there's Ardbeg. I got the Wee Beastie, which is a 5 year, 5 year or 8 year, 5 year. Ardbeg 10, which is their general classic release. The Ugadal, which is really nice. A lot of people like it. I really like it. The Corey Vrecken, which I don't know if it's cask, but I think it's like 57 or 58%. So it's a little bit higher in proof. And then this Anoa, which is ringing in at 46.6. That's kind of their mainstay lineups. You can find most of those most places that sell Ardbeg. Um, this being a special release, more special release, I don't know. But there you go. If you got anything to say, drop in the comments down below. I'm kind of a little bit lost in this just because there's not a whole lot to say about the whiskey itself. It's good, not amazing, great, maybe, good, not great, not a whole lot of notes. Not worth the price paid for it, but enjoyable to sit and drink for sure. More enjoyable than I remembered it being. Drop in the comments down below if you've ever had it or what you can find a bottle for in your area. I'd like to hear what you have to say about that for sure. Check out Life and Whiskey on BitChute and Rumble. Starting to move away from YouTube. But you can still find all my videos posted there. But I'd like to support BitChute and Rumble a bit more than YouTube, and I'll interact with the comments there as well. Not to mention that the views on BitChute and Rumble seem to be much higher than over on YouTube. So if you want to find me, that's where I'll be. Thanks for watching. As always, you guys have yourselves a great day. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all that good jazz, and we'll catch you in the next video. Have a great day.